So what is happening in the Go Math classroom? So a lot of teachers say, well, my kids are learning more. That's true, they are. And they're experiencing different ways to come up with the answer. And we'll look at some of the shifts that are happening. So 5 shifts in the classroom. The first one is class as a collection of individuals goes to classrooms as mathematical community. So instead of, this is, I know it, I don't need to tell you why, they're talking to each other. As she said, you know, there's more talking between groups or between pairs, because we'll turn to the kids and say, okay, think pair, share. Turn to a partner, share it. As a group, what did you come up with the answer? So you have to discuss it. We're having them communicate with one another instead of just, this is how I got the answer, and this is my answer, and this is the way it's gonna be. So we're talking, well, how did your group come up with the answer? The teacher as the sole authority, mathematical evidence as the authority. So we're not saying, I'm in control of the problem and this is how you do it. No, we're letting the kids speak. We're letting them come up with the answers and share the way they came up. Just the other day I had kids, you know, we were learning double number addition, and I said, okay, well, explain your answer. When we get to that explaining and asking how you got to that answer, the kids, I'm shut down, I don't know. I just know that this is the answer. Okay, well, explain it to me. So, you know, I'm having the kids come up to the board and explain to the class how he got that answer. So we're having more of them teaching one another than I'm standing here and this is how it's gonna be. Memorization of formulas. Well, that's how we were taught. Let's memorize that 5 plus 5 is 10. That 2 plus 2 is, it's not anymore. So we're going to mathematical reasoning. How did you get that answer? We want more of explanation. Finding answers in mechanically, problem solving, conjectures, and inventing. Treating mathematics as a body of isolated concepts and procedures. And then it goes to connecting mathematics, its ideas and applications to the real world. So we want them to connect it. We were talking about when the kids are cooking with you. Okay, why am I using 2/3? You know, kind of having them use those terms, using the math in a real world. Well, if I put 5, why am I adding 5? But if I make 2 batches, why am I gonna add another 5? So, you know, having them cook with you and use math during that cooking time would be great. With Common Core, it says problem solving, math talk, real world problems, math boards, hands-on activities. So that's something that if you have one of these, this is our lessons. Our lessons go from, we engage the kids with the video, and then they're exploring on their own. So we have the 5 E's. Then we go explain, okay, turn to your group, explain how you got your answers. So they're working independently, but they're also working as collaboratively. Elaborate, well, how do, you know, and if I didn't bring my book, but on most of the lessons, instead of just having them do the problems, they also have them do smarter, balanced questions, like questions that will be like on a test. On a real test. Once they get to 3rd grade, is it, Ms. Holtman, that they start taking the state testing, that's where all the problems, they're gonna come in and they're gonna see that smarter balance or the think smarter. They have some questions, and it's a lot of the word problems, and that's what we're teaching them. Break it down, break it step by step. How did you get the answer? And believe it or not, we have 2nd graders, and I know Ms. Conley can attest to it, that want to get the answer, but yet they can't explain it. And then we say, have you read the first part? Let's read the first part. So what we're doing as a whole in the class is I do it as a whole class. I'll put the paper up on my, where they could see it. And I said, okay, let's read the first question. What is it asking you? Okay, we found that out. Let's look at the second part. What is the second part asking you? So breaking it down for them is it's easier than before, instead of just giving them the answer and saying it's 10, yeah.